Good morning, everybody. I'm going to make a quick video about why the moon will not be seen tonight on August the 19th, which is the 29th day of the lunar cycle, and why that we're expecting it the 30th night, and we're not even looking on the 29th night. So I've had a lot of questions on this, and I don't mind the questions. Yes, the moon will show an illumination tonight, beyond a shadow of a doubt. This morning when I woke up, it was at 0.3% illumination. And as the day wears on, it is going to wax or increase in illumination. I think it's roughly, let's say, 0.02% for each hour. It travels across the sky. According to timeanddate.com, I'm not going to show you the charts. I'm just going to explain it to you. And by the way, I'm not trying to be scientific. I'm looking at this from a perspective of one that stands on the earth for 5 years and looks for the new moon, and why in my mind, what the facts that they're presenting me, why in my mind I know that we're not going to see the new moon. So according to what I've been given by timeanddate.com, is the new moon is in the sky. It's there now, but we're not going to see it. And we don't count a daytime sighting anyway, because Genesis tells us the first chapter, throughout the first chapter, that evening and the morning in that order are the first day. So even though the moon is in the sky right now, I never see a new moon, a moon in the daytime sky until after the full moon. After the moon is full, then I can see the moon in the daytime sky, and then it's in the condition called waning. It's decreasing in its illumination. So as best as I can understand, the reason that I don't see it till after the full moon has to do with the path that the moon and the sun travel together. So let me back up. When a moon and a sun are in conjunction, as they call it in science, we don't see the moon in the night sky. And they say because that the sun is shielding our vision of any light that the moon would shine. As they come out of conjunction, then the moon and the sun are traveling. The moon's a little behind the sun, but they're traveling at a parallel, would be westwardly descent. It's an angular descent, okay? Comes down and they come sideways. They're descending angularly to the west. And right after that conjunction, remember, it's been like this. So now it's like this. And tomorrow it's going to be like this. And the day after it's going to be like this. And it's going to keep until we get to the full moon and they're far enough apart, then we can see the moon in the daytime sky at the condition of waning, because the sun and the moon have divided their distance enough that the light of the sun no longer is drowning out the light of the moon. So now tonight we have this condition where it's just come out of conjunction, because it's 0.3% this morning. As well as we have the moon setting at 7:55 and the sun setting at 7:43. So that the time between the sunset and the moonset is called the lag time, or the time that you have, the minutes that you have to see the moon in the night sky after the sun has set. But here's what I know about this 12 minutes, is that I have never seen a new moon on any given night in 5 years more than or shorter than 15 minutes after sunset. Why? Because even though that sun, sorry, I'm making sheep cheese this morning, even though that sun is down below the horizon, the light is still shooting up from below the horizon, and this is strong enough Okay, the fierceness of the sun, as the Bible calls it, is strong enough to drown out any minuscule light of the crescent moon. Okay, so from my perspective, in order for me to spot the new moon tonight, even try to, which I would not be able to given the conditions. Oh, and let's not forget that this year, this time of year, as we approach, we're approaching the rainy season, but we're still in the dry season. On the horizon, about 3 fingers above the surface of the horizon, these winds are picking up the dirt off our dry land, and it's kicking up a red line or bank of debris that measures about 3 fingers off the horizon. When it's really bad, there'll be a less faint band above that of about 2 fingers. So that moon, when the sun finally goes down, and there's finally, and even though it's against the sun itself, that moon is going to appear in this obscured band as well. So there are many, 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 many reasons that I am not looking for the new moon tonight. Part of the reason is to do so, I would have to look directly into the setting sun because it's going to be so near to it. And that's being very optimistic that I would even have a chance to see it. There won't be a chance tonight because the sun is going to just totally obscure any light that the moon is casting up. So I wanted to answer that question. I never mind answering questions. I'm not going to give you a scientific question, and I'm not going to try to keep I'm going to try to keep my answers not so technical for sure. But from my perspective as a new moon observer and understanding that that moon is just coming out of conjunction and they're traveling so parallel together, okay? At this point in the moon's circuit or cycle, that there's not an opportunity to see that sun. Tomorrow night, it's going to be, I would imagine the moon's going to show up about here. This is horizon. This is horizon. I would imagine the sun is going to show up about here at 7:44. And you still got this light from the sun coming up. It's going to show up here and it's going to drop below the horizon itself very quickly. Tomorrow night, the moon will be way up here. I'm sorry, the 20th night, it'll be way up here, a good distance from what's going on with the sun. And it'll be readily available, but it's going to be the 30th night anyway. Nonetheless, I will go out that night. I won't go to Kfar Tabor, the traditional place that's believed that Yeshua ascended and the transfiguration. There's no need for it because it is the 30th night, regardless of whether anybody sees it. The new moon will begin on the night, the new month will begin on the night of the 20th. That will be your Yom Teruah date, will be the evening of the 20th. But nonetheless, I will go out. I will record it. I will blow the shofar as we're commanded to on Yom Teruah. And yeah, I hope that answers questions. I've had a lot of inquiries about why, if the moon has any illumination, why we're not going to see it. And it has to do with the trajectory, the lag time, the time that it's in the sky after sunset and before it sets, and the proximity of the light to the sun that's going to be drowning it out. So yeah, that's my answer, and I hope that helps you understand why we're in for a 30th day this month. Thanks for watching.